Hey, how you doing everyone? It's Jordan here. Now today I've got a review of Record of Lodoss War Deedlit in Wonder Labyrinth. That took about 3 takes to say properly. Anyways, this is out in Asian regions right now. It's coming to Western regions early next year, but I got it early, so let's jump in and see what it's all about. Now before I took on this review, I swore to myself I would not say the M word. Because despite it being so prevalent as a genre description, it is just so categorically wrong. I mean morally wrong, because Metroid was there first, and then Castlevania comes along a decade later strutting in like it owns the place, trying to take credit as though it's a pioneer. No. And if there's one thing I cannot stand, it is people taking credit for things they didn't do. Henceforth, Record of Lodoss War is an action exploration game. End of. And please completely ignore the past 100 times I've referred to it as a Metroidvania. Balls. Just remember guys, once we get to 100,000 subscribers, we are giving away a Nintendo Switch OLED model to one of you, so please subscribe, you might win it. Record of Lodoss War Deedlit in Wonder Labyrinth is a bunch of words that don't make any sense to 99.9% of people in the world. However, Record of Lodoss War was originally a Japanese fantasy novel that, just like so many entertainment things in Japan, spawned into every single medium available. Manga, anime, radio dramas, soundtracks, and, of course, good old video games. Deedlit in Wonder Labyrinth is the latest of these. So this game, well, Record of Lodoss War, looks exactly like a Symphony of Night fan's wet dream. Let's be honest, Bloodstained was good, but it didn't exactly look like what people wanted. Visually, this is exactly what Igavania fans would have hoped Bloodstained could have looked like. Absolute perfection in terms of artwork. There is some absolutely stunning vistas on show here, beautiful backgrounds, and character animation. It is pure eye candy for those who love detailed pixel work. And thankfully, I can't be accused of being shallow, at least this time, because it has gameplay to back it up. With tight and responsive controls, you'll be exploring the labyrinth like a badass. You look fluid and you feel fluid. Combat is simple on the surface, as you'll either be attacking at close range with a sword or at long range with your bow. But there's more to it than meets the eye. You have magic attacks can help, but there is one unique aspect to this game. Some may call it a gimmick, and it's the polarity mechanic, similar to something found in Ikaruga, which... Stop the review for a second. Was Ikaruga really? Was it really the first game to, invent the polarity mechanic? I can't believe it can be so. I don't like people taking credit for things they didn't do. So in the comments, let me know, is there any game before Ikaruga that did the polarity mechanic? Because I would like to credit that one, like if it's a weird Wonder Swan game from 1999 or whatever. Let me know. Back to the review. Yes, here you have 2 elementals to equip, Sylph and Salamander. Sylph will protect you from wind attacks, while Salamander will protect you from fire, because as we all know, firefighters across the world cover themselves in salamander juice to protect them from the flames. And there's also another way to look at it. It will also boost your attack power against most foes, depending on their elemental alignment. Wind monsters will take more damage from fire, and vice versa. Some are even immune to some attacks, forcing you to switch. It's an interesting touch that's used in some very good ways, but other times it is a bit of guesswork, as it's not always immediately obvious which enemies are aligned to what. It's not a major problem, but even the normal grunts, I constantly forgot which element I should have equipped. I mean, plant enemies, obviously you played enough video games, you want to set them on fire. Have you ever tried setting a plant on fire? They're full of water. It doesn't work, but video games. Maybe it does work a little bit. Well, like I said, it works well in some places, especially for the bosses, where you always have to switch between them, almost like a shooter in some cases. The Ikaruga comparison is the strongest here. And the bosses, by the way, are often the highlights. They are the toughest part of the game, especially if you're a moron like myself. My brain often struggles to handle polarity mechanics. I mean, my brain melted when I played Dimension Driver. I kind of feel like my hands are on the opposite arms. But yeah, if you're like me, you can still get past them once you take note of their patterns and when's best to take pot shots. They come in different shapes and sizes. Some you'll be fighting humans, other times you'll be taking on a massive dragon stationed in the background of the screen. The variety is good and there's plenty of them. As a metro action exploration game, it does have the hallmarks, but it does deceive somewhat as it flows very well and turns out to be a game with few distractions. Sure, there are some optional power-ups, but as far as my knowledge from playing this, there's really only one order to go about things, even if you may take some time to find that route. Thankfully, warp points are aplenty, so there's not too much painful backtracking. The map is also very clear with color-coded doors, so you know where you probably should be heading next. Once you've hit the switches and upgraded to a double jump and a slide, you'll pretty much be on the right track all of the time. Literally, the only problem with this game is how short it is. Now, there's absolutely nothing wrong with 6-hour games. As someone who's basically got 2 jobs, a family to take care of, and currently under the weather, as you can hear from my painfully nasal voice, I like short games sometimes. Padding is one of the worst things to infest modern gaming, but, you know, an action exploration game, I would at least hope for 9 or 10 hours just so I can settle in and have time to enjoy it over multiple sessions rather than 1 or 2. Sure, you can get close to that here if you do absolutely everything, but I'm talking in a general flow, a casual playthrough. It's about 6 hours, which is kind of short in my opinion. Kind of feels like it's over before it started. I'm pretty sure it's down to the artwork here. As someone who's looked into getting pixel art created, it is expensive as fudge, and I'm sure Team Ladybug only had a certain amount of budget to work with, so that's why I hope this can fund their next game to be a fully fledged experience. The developers do really great work here, and I've definitely become a fan. Check out Toho Lunar Nights that they did too, that is awesome as well. Now, this is coming to the eShop. It's slightly delayed in the West and won't be arriving on the eShop until mid-January. I'm not sure what the price is going to be at the time of writing this, but it is available in Japan for 2,500 yen, which is about $22, but it's also on that Hong Kong eShop for a slightly annoying 109 Hong Kong dollars, which is about 14 US dollars, but since you'll have to buy at least 200 Hong Kong eShop credit, it's probably not going to be worth it, unless you've got like $9 worth of gold coins available, which you may very well have if you've bought Super Robot Wars T, I don't know. Either way, eShop credit is below, you make your choice. It's also available physically. In Europe, you can get it from redartgames.com. If you pre-order before January 1st, you can get a bonus CD and booklet. You can also get 10% off if you use the code SWATCH10 when checking out. It's not an affiliate, we don't earn anything, we just fill the bank accounts of Red Art Games. They're nice people, so why not? In North America, you can get this from Video Games Plus. Now, these will be sent out on later next year, not straight away, but in Japan, it's out right now, and it does play in English physically. If you want to pick up a copy, and you want to support us at the same time, then there are links below in the description, and if you click those links, we earn 5%, and it is really a great way to show some love to us. Plus, in return for your support, and by clicking our links, you can get 5% off with our coupon code SwitchWatchTV while checking out. That's all one word, SwitchWatchTV, while checking out for 5% off any physical item from PlayAsia. But just remember to click our link first. That's how to support us. Depending on when or where you made your physical purchase, you may be graced with a bonus soundtrack CD of some of the music in the game. I always love a bonus soundtrack CD, however, the music here it's not exactly exceptional. I mean, it's fine, but I was really hoping for something legendary here, like a gothic classic, maybe some metal tunes to go with it, but no, it just does an adequate job, so don't be too upset if you miss out on the pre-orders. Oh, I guess I should complain a little bit about the story. It's pretty fluff and bare bones. If you're a fan of the series, you'll probably be more disappointed than me, an outsider. I don't think I learned a whole lot here. Basically, Deedlit wakes up in the mysterious Labyrinth, her companions not by her side. She'll bump into them, but they never react in the way that she expects. They don't seem to think something is wrong here. I mean, look, the story, it's not great. There's not a whole lot of development or character. I was hoping to learn something about the series, but really, I did not. Overall, I think Record of Lodoss War Deedlit in Wonder Labyrinth is a fantastic action exploration game. If you're looking for a game that Konami aren't willing to provide anymore, or probably can't, then this is pretty much the perfect game to scratch that itch. It's not perfect and could do with being almost twice as long, and the story should definitely have been a bit better for both fans and newcomers, but if you want accessibility for gamers of all abilities, fun puzzle elements, or you want a quick breezy experience that won't eat up an entire week of your precious time, then Deedlit in Wonder Labyrinth is almost perfect for you. This is an 8 out of 10 from me. Let's just hope their next game is bigger and grander in scope. Alright, many thanks for watching. If you want to purchase it, consider using the links in the description. Big thanks to our executive producers Dane Wilkinson, God of Resin, Boombox, Brett McLean, Jonathan Rumo, Santa Tartaruga, Alexander Cato, J Cross 7776, Elissa, Punky Dooster, Michael Del Polito, Cartoon Soren, Jack Severus, Robotech, Z, Raven Knight, Thorn Metal Luna, Parsnip Coffee, Government Fat Cat, Issa, V, Mental Traveler, and Grant Cert. Thank you ever so much for your support. Plus you watching right now, if you watched all the way through, give me a high five, because you are the legends. You help drive this channel forward by watching longer. I'll give you a high five back. Please check out some of our other stuff. Yesterday I did a mega imports video that almost nobody watched for some reason. It's well worth it, although maybe your wallet will be in trouble. See you guys over there. Have a good one.